But let's just think about how ridiculous a Kirby Mass Effect would be for a moment. I mean, thinking about ridiculous renditions of games where there are lots of guns and warfare hasn't stopped Sonic. Okay, this is another annoying one. This is the last of the annoying ones, I think, though. I could just come in with a hammer, but there's a nice randomized spot here where there are two enemies in close proximity of one another, and I can inhale them pretty easily to get something new, so I'm just gonna trust the lottery on this and hopefully get what I need. If they would stop appearing in the wrong spot. I don't think wheel will work. Seems like it could, but I'm not trusting it. Now, if this takes too long, I'll cut. Because I already kind of feel like this Let's Play might be boring, and I hope that it isn't, but I want to worry less about whether or not my videos are boring, because I just want to have fun playing games. And I'm such a perfectionist as it is that if I worry about that all the time with every video that I make, then I'll never get anything done. And I'll never put up any videos. No, not high jump again. You would have to be high to want that high jump right about now. Cutter is not what I want either. Why are so many items weak against metal blocks? And I don't remember there being two sparks there. Yeah, beam doesn't work either. Too many items in this game just don't serve much of a purpose. Now, burning will work. If I don't run into this sword guy. Yeah, here's what I need. And that's it. All that for a button. Button, button, who's got the button? I've got the button. I've got pretty close to all of the buttons. Maybe all of the buttons. That might have been the last one, I don't remember. It's the last consequential one, anyways. The last one that's really a problem, that I can recall. This might be a game that I beat in one sitting. I mean, that's the plan. I think the last time that I did this, playing a game over the course of a few hours in one sitting, was Tetris Attack years ago. And I rambled about all kinds of nonsense with that. I don't really have much nonsense that I can talk about right now, though, because most of my life, as of now, is just kind of waiting to see what's next. I mean, my family is going to be... Well, I have a big family, but I live personally with just my parents, and I left the college that I was in this state, and I'm probably going to move to another college, a university elsewhere in the United States, and elsewhere in the United States. And maybe there I can learn to enunciate words. Okay, good, crash. Just what I always wanted. And invincibility. Can I be any more overpowered? And yet, even with my overpoweredness, I can still fall into pits and die immediately. Because I guess there has to be some weakness. Alright, no way to get that one up. That's a shame. Trying to think what the purpose of this room is. I guess if you took the bottom path and fought the other two bosses, which I think are both those ice guys, I don't remember for sure, and you get a little... you just come into this room differently. It's just a two-way split. And nothing special is in one room or the other. Or one path or the other. But yeah, I'm gonna be moving to a new place to go to a new university, and then maybe I will learn more about animation and stuff, even though I don't really care that much about getting a college education. My parents are insisting that I need one, and I guess I'll just see what happens, because it's not like I can really change their mind. And it means that I won't have to worry about getting a job and an income for the next several years, I guess. Even though I would really like some kind of an income, some kind of reliable way to earn a living. Ideally, I would earn a living from doing Let's Plays and such, but it's kind of hard whenever you get less than 100 views per video whenever you're trying to play a game that you really like, and then half of those videos have the monetization taken away by Nintendo, because they have cutscenes in them. That's been the case with the Twilight Princess Let's Play, at least. Now, the nice thing about this fight is that it gives you the sword and you need the sword, but whenever you get hit, you don't lose the sword. One thing that's different about this game compared to most Kirby games is that if you get hit one time by an enemy, you lose the power-up that you have, and then you have to grab the star represented by that power-up to get it back. But in later games, you can get hit a few times before you lose the power. Which, I kind of almost feel like having to get hit more times to lose the power-up is more annoying. Because I know that you can get rid of the power-up at any time, but it feels more arbitrary whenever you don't know exactly which hit is going to get rid of the power-up. I like it whenever you can just get hit, and then you know that it's going to fly another direction as soon as you get hit. And then just go for it. I've experimented before with the laser power-up on other slopes besides just these 45-degree angled ones, and they just go straight up the same way. So, physics, how do they work? Not that I care too much. Don't know if the Waddle Dees have any different name whenever they're a different color. Like Waddle Doos, Waddle Doodads. I think there are Waddle Doos, and they're different, but I don't know for sure. These blocks are kind of weird, these dark blue ones, because you would expect them to be broken a different way from all these yellow ones. But they're not. They're broken exactly the same way. They look tougher, but they're not. Completely identical. In all ways except appearance. That's kind of a pet peeve that I have with design in games, where, like, if two things look the same, they shouldn't behave differently. And if two things look different, then they shouldn't behave exactly the same way. Can I do this better? There we go. Work better. Thank you. That's probably the last button, as far as I know, because most of the levels in this world, in the Rainbow Resort world, which is, by the way, the freaking prettiest world, and it's this and the Fountain of Dreams in Smash Bros. Melee were the things that got me, like, loving rainbows and how they look. Yeah, I was gonna say, there aren't many buttons in this world. Most of the levels you can just go straight through and there's nothing else there. Okay, I know that there's a secret up here. I don't know if it serves any specific purpose to fight this guy instead of whoever you fight first, unless it skips a few levels. I really don't know. I just know that I always take this door instead of the main door. Maybe this is just a fast way to get the hammer in case you need it. By the way, I should go back to that other level and get the button that I need there. Just reminding myself so that I don't forget. Yep, here's the boss rush building. Stupid elephant, I hate this elephant. And it's a green elephant, too. Why couldn't it be a pink elephant? Well, then it would just look too similar to Kirby, but... I guess it's just as convincing to make you think you're drunk if it's a green elephant, because how many elephants do you see that are green? Unless they're sick. Now the mental image that I'm going to put in everyone's minds is the image of a sick elephant at a zoo vomiting. Best mental image. Could be even better if it was vomiting through its trunk. Like through its nasal passage. Nasal snot vomit. Nasal snot vomit elephant. I don't know what I'm saying. I've gotten to the point where I'm just so tired that nothing makes sense anymore. It's convenient that the bosses in this boss rush are all of my least favorite bosses. Come at me, bro. Or possibly sis. I cannot discern your gender by how you appear. Because you are an insect. There was a fly in my room recently that took forever to swat, and I'm not even sure if I killed it. Because it definitely didn't die the first time. This backdrop. I think the name backdrop is a weird name for a power-up, because I just think, oh, it's like a backdrop that you draw in the background of something, but no, it's a backdrop like a back kick. Drop kick. But it's so useless. The melee moves do not work on flaming lions. The king of red lions, except this lion's flames are kind of a pale purplish color. It is pretty easy to compare the Kirby universe with Mega Man. Like, the bosses have kind of a similar structure to them as the Robot Masters in Mega Man, and then once you beat them, you have the option of stealing their powers. Which, to some, is like the most rewarding idea for a boss ever. Like, once you beat it, you get to steal its powers. And I kind of agree with that and kind of don't. Okay, never mind. I remember that there is one more button to get, but it's a really easy one. Maxim Tomato, you are the most delectable, delicious thing. The fact that the Maxim Tomatoes completely refill Kirby's health make me wonder if that's actually, like, a side effect of the tomato, or if it just happens to be Kirby's favorite food. Because in other Kirby games, or at least in Melee, which I don't know if the food came from anywhere else except for possibly Kirby. I'm pretty sure there's food in other Kirby games, but, yeah, like, Kirby eats other food and doesn't get healed as much by those. And then there's the energy drinks in this game that don't heal as much as the tomatoes do, even though I would think that the energy drinks would do more, but I don't know, it's just one of those random, like, unexplained mysteries of the universe. The enigma of Kirby and his infinite stomach. Okay, I think, despite it looking like you can get that one up at any time after you break this block, I think it's just a really quick thing. I don't need more 1-ups. Why am I trying to get more 1-ups? I have 48 lives. How did I even get 48 lives? Like, it's not as easy to get lives in this game as it is in some Mario games, but still, like... Gosh, I can slow down a little bit. You know what, I don't even care at this point. I'm just gonna go through this level not even thinking about anything. Because it's not like I need to think about lives. Come on, every enemy just run into me. Yeah, you flying pig things. Because when pigs fly, I stop worrying about lives. You flying creatures are looking blue. Here, let me cheer you up by swallowing you so you can see the inside of my body. Where all the ladies like to be. I was having a conversation with my friend, the Jordanette, recently, about how clearly King DDD is just a euphemism for the penis. Because he's King DDD. And it was the stupidest conversation, because I kept thinking about how DDD could be, like, instead of being the silly penguin that he is, trying to best Kirby at any turn and just trying to take over the Dreamland and all that stuff, like, he's not the most competent villain, but he's incompetent in a lovable way. A little bit like Bowser, but I think Bowser's more competent than DDD is. But I just like this idea of having DDD be this guy who makes terrible sexual jokes that no one likes. And, it was quite humorous. I don't care to repeat any of the jokes that we talked about in that conversation, because they were really, really stupid.